With the body set aside to cure for a couple of days, I moved on to the interior in the meantime. All of the parts were cut out of the sprues, some of the mold lines were cleaned up, and then it was time for primer. A nice contrast I have seen on a lot of these BMWs with the purple outside body color is a lightly colored interior along with some black carpets. I really like the look of this, so I figured why not give it a shot. I'm going to go with agate gray inserts and seats, and then some black door panels and normal dashboard panels, along with some black and gray carpet. With the inserts on the door now dry, I could carefully start masking it off and cutting it out before I apply the black to the rest of the panel. A couple coats of flat black later, it was time to peel the masking tape up and mask it again so I can do the flocking for the carpet. With all of the panels masked up, I could spray down a coat of Tamiya Gray to make a nice base coat and also act as the glue for the flocking, then quickly moved on to the workbench, removing all of the masking tape and applying the flocking onto the wet paint so it would stick. The dashboard itself is painted in one flat black color, so I'm going to add a bit more detail and depth to it by painting some of the vents with some flat black, and also the center console pieces and also the radio and stuff. I'm going to be painting with a contrasting semi-gloss black just to make it stand out a bit more and look like different materials. There are various buttons on the dashboard, so to make them pop out a bit more, I'm just going to touch them with a bit of silver so they look like the actual buttons with the logos on them, so you know which button is for what, of course. For the radio and climate control pieces, there are also small displays in them. When they are lit up, they have red lighting, so I figured I'd just paint these displays with a red clear paint just to give it a bit of that look. It's not really that big of a detail, but it does add to the entire feel of the dashboard, not making it one big color. For the hot and cold air indicator, I'm going to add some red on one side and some blue on the other, just like the actual cars. With all of the painting done, the decals in place, I can move on to adding the seatbelts in for the rear bench and also on the side of the doors, and then move on to assembling the rest of the interior.